public service announcement brought to you by your friends at DHanX.
Break it down!
Hey YouTubers, DHanX here, and today we're going to be going into sort of a seasonal rant, because being that this is October, Halloween season, and of course also this Sunday marks the premiere of the third season of The Walking Dead MC. I felt that it was important for me to do this particular rant, and this is on the apparent zombie glut that is in the media today. You just can't escape the living dead when it comes to being in the media. I mean, you see him in movies, you see him in TV shows, you see him in commercials, video games. I mean, like commercials. I saw what was this? I don't know if it was a Starburst or a Skills commercial, and they had an Asian dude dressed up in a kilt talking to this kid, and all of a sudden there's a zombie sitting on the other side, complaining that, you know, that I guess it has something to do with words not on it, living dead, you know, and you know, that's you know, and it seems like when it comes to movies, it's not just the big blockbuster movies like, you know, like Resident Evil and all, but I mean, if I go to Walmart, and it seems like every other week or almost every week they got a new zombie movie out on DVD. Now, it'd be all well and good if they would, you know, maybe expand the Living Dead a little bit, maybe have some smart ones once in a while, but it's always pretty much the same thing. It's always to slap on that goofy term, zombie apocalypse, where if you don't know, and I don't know how, but, you know, when the Living Dead overrun the planet and humans are reduced to a few pockets of survivors, and they're always, you know, huddled up in some small building or something like that, and the zombies are fighting to get in, and the people are always fighting each other, see who's in charge or who's going to do what and all that bullshit. It's almost the same plot line. I mean, even when they even did that in last season, in the second season of Walking Dead. I mean, almost every episode is, I'm in charge. No, I'm in charge. Walker. And it said, "Where's my daughter?" And it seems to be always going by the plot line, some variation of the plot line started by George Romero with Night of the Living Dead. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, look at the season finale of The Walking Dead. It's going by of course, I might do some reviews later. The zombies are more but of course, then it seems like every comedy bit out there, when they start putting zombies in, they always kind of go with the Return of the Living Dead brains type concept. There are a few exceptions out there. I think Saturday Night Live a few years ago had horny zombies. They were fucking people, or just watching people fuck, and they were jerking off. There's a cute little movie they did about 20 years ago called My Boyfriend's Back. Which was about this guy who was in love with a girl. He winds up killing himself trying to impress her. He comes back from the dead, and basically it's almost a reversal. He's reluctant in killing any people, but his living family members and his friends are getting him. You know, they're going around killing the bad people in town and having them eat so he can stay around. You know, it's kind of like the reluctant zombie type thing. That's kind of cute. I like to see more movies like that, more zombies more of the zombies' point of view, and I'm not talking about the Romero brain-dead zombies. I'm talking about, you know, I like to see more of that. I like to see more of the point of view, not this, you know, cookie-cutter zombie film where, you know, people are arguing inside of a house while the zombies are attacking. And of course, there's one movie that's coming out pretty soon. It's called Warm Bodies. I just was reading up on this on the internet, and the plot line of this it's supposed to be sort of a zombie replacement for Twilight. When the final Twilight movie comes out, you know, within a month or so, there's going to be a vacuum, and I think that this new series of movies, I think it's a series, it's based on books just like Twilight, and it's involving a brain-eating zombie who falls in love with a living girl. Hey, I mean, it's not like it's a totally new plot. They did it in Return of the Living Dead Part 3. And to a point, it was like a guy and a girl. The girl gets killed. He doesn't want to lose her, so he brings her back, and she has to find ways to fight off the brain-eating urge to stay with him. But this time, you know, he kind of becomes more human, and, you know, it's a pretty interesting plot, and I hope this movie gets really popular. It's very interesting to me. You know, even though, I mean, I think, you know, the Twilight series was totally retarded, you know, with, you know, sparkling, you know, vampires and stuff, and, you know, hopefully they don't do anything ridiculous with the zombies, you know. I mean, and outside of them becoming intelligent. I mean, that's what George Romero's movies, I mean, at least he's changing. You know, they got smart, you know, like Day of the Dead, they had smarter, you know, smart zombie. They were kind of have more evolving zombies in Land of the Dead. I really haven't seen Diary yet, or the last one that came out a couple years ago that he did. But as it went, it seems like the zombies were getting more intelligent and more, you know, organized, rather than just being you know, like Obama supporters. But and of course, you know, and with video games, it's always, you know, the same. They like to just throw in zombies in any action game, you know, like Call of Duty and I think Red Dead Revolver and all that kind of stuff. Even though they somewhat had zombies in games with the Resident Evil series and all that stuff, even though it's supposed to be a horror survival game, but everybody knows they always associate zombies with it, even though there's other kinds of monsters in it. I think that's getting kind of ridiculous to say, oh, let's throw in zombies in it. Everybody's into zombie games, you know. Come on, be a little bit more creative when it comes. If you're going to put zombies in a game, be a little bit more creative. And as I said, you know, hopefully they improve things with The Walking Dead. I think everything kind of got repetitive and stale with the last season. You know, everybody fighting to see who's in charge and all that. Hopefully we'll get, you know, hopefully we won't get that too much this coming season, even though I think we're going to have some altercations between the original group and this group with the governor or whatever. I'll probably watch it this Sunday. But that's my little bit of a rant for the zombie glut of the current media. I don't know if it has anything to do with everybody's paranoia on December 21st. Hopefully it's not. But this is DHanX. Stay tuned here to the Multiverse for more reviews, whatnot, and zombies. Stay tuned.
Well, I guess if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Suck it!